At the beginning of the film, we listen to the reasoning of a girl who believes that the world is like a black cloud that makes it hard to understand what it is really like. According to Iris, people just wander around the world without goals and meaning of life. The girl thinks that this is good, because this is how people can better appreciate positive changes. In the vegetable department, Iris notices a cute guy who decides to meet her and scatters oranges. The girl laughs good-naturedly and realizes that this is the good change that has finally happened in her life. Iris reasons that she has only had 2 such changes in her life. The first was meeting Josh, and the second was the day a girl took his life. After meeting him, Iris soon starts dating the guy and drives with him to the lake house. The girl wakes up in the car and realizes that she has been asleep for a very long time. Iris tells the guy that she had a dream about the day they met. Soon, in his autopilot car, Josh and his girlfriend get to the lake house. The guy is shocked because Kat, who invited them, called this place a small, unassuming hut. Iris, meanwhile, is worried about embarrassing herself in front of her boyfriend's friends, who already dislike her. Josh calms the girl down, after which he rings the doorbell. Kat is very happy to see the guy, albeit with Iris, and invites them in. In addition to the hostess, Sergey is also in the house, as well as the same-sex couple Patrick and Ellie. It turns out that the lake house, as well as the entire area around it, belongs to the wealthy Sergey. Iris feels uncomfortable and decides to step away for a while. The girl unpacks her things and then goes to take a shower. Iris tries to freshen up and comes down for dinner. Patrick tells a touching story of getting acquainted with his partner, and Sergey, meanwhile, observes the girl closely. After dinner, Patrick and the man together discuss his business, which Sergey himself calls dirty. At the same time, Josh's girlfriend sits embarrassed on the couch, trying to have an interesting dialogue with Kat. It turns out that Sergey is married and uses his girlfriend as a mere accessory. Kat says that she dislikes the girl because she makes her feel easily replaceable. Iris laughs nervously and says she doesn't know what she's talking about. The girl says that Kat is very fearless, and she can't be, as if there is always something holding her back. During these words, the friend is observing Iris closely. Afterwards, they decide to have a little fun and dance. Iris notices that her boyfriend is talking passionately with Kat about something, and this makes her jealous. The girl pulls Josh along with her, and after dancing, they are alone. After this pleasant pastime, Iris tries to talk to her boyfriend, but he sleepily replies that it is time for her to go to bed. In the morning, the girl suggests Josh to go to the lake, as they agreed the day before. However, the guy feels unwell after the cocktails drunk yesterday, and therefore suggests Iris to go for a walk alone. When the girl leaves, Josh picks up his phone and inserts a strange flash drive into it. Iris, meanwhile, reaches the sun loungers by the lake and takes off her trainers. The girl reaches into her pocket and finds a small knife that Josh had discreetly planted in her pocket for some reason. Iris's loneliness is interrupted by the appearance of a Russian businessman. The girl and Sergey exchange greetings in German and discuss the view. Iris is about to leave, but the man wants her to stay and have a little chat with him. Sergey asks the girl to put sunscreen on his back and shoulders, as there is no way he can do it himself. The man starts hitting on Iris, despite the fact that she asks him to stop. After a while, the rest of the friends are chatting in the living room when Iris suddenly appears there, with red spots and holding a knife. Josh takes the girl by the shoulders and asks her to explain what happened. It turns out that Sergey refused to stop. Iris hit the man with a bottle, and he fell on a rock. When Sergey woke up, he pushed the girl in a rage and started to strangle her. Iris pulled out a knife, as she had no other choice. When the girl becomes hysterical during the story, Josh commands it's time to sleep, and she instantly passes out like a toy. The guy, along with Patrick, ties Iris to a chair while she's off. Ellie asks how a companion could attack a human when it's forbidden in their settings. Josh is also perplexed and cites some sort of dangerous glitch. The guy turns on Iris, and she tearfully swears that she mortally wounded Sergey in self-defense. Josh believes it because the companion can't lie to him. It's in the program. The guy tells him that Iris is really just a robot. The companion doesn't believe it, and Josh demonstrates that she knows many languages that she didn't realize she knew. The guy tells that even the memory of their first meeting was false. In fact, Iris was brought to him in a box, after which he loaded the right settings into her. Josh continues to talk to his companion when his friend appears in the room. The guy steps aside to talk to Kat, while Iris cuts the rope with a knife. When Josh approaches, the companion stuns him and takes his phone with her program. Afterwards, Iris escapes. Outside, Josh tells Ellie that he was the one who raised the companion's aggression level and disabled the principle of not harming living things. If the manufacturer's company finds Iris earlier, it will become clear that the settings were changed deliberately. Ellie asks why it was necessary to get rid of Sergei in such a sophisticated way. Josh gives the first reason, that the man was a trafficker in humans, weapons, and illegal substances. But the main motivation is demonstrated by Kat opening Sergei's safe. Inside is about $12 million. Josh reveals that Patrick and his partner were brought into cover, but now all three in the room are in on the deal. Ellie is perplexed, because there are 4 of them, and then shuts down his companion and yells that the guy almost ruined their relationship with his statement. Iris, meanwhile, finds a secluded place in the forest and starts Josh's phone. There, the companion first of all disables the voice commands with which she can be forcibly switched off. Iris then tries changing her voice and eye color, which amuses her. The companion finds the intelligence item and sees that it is only set to 40%, and then changes it to 100. Meanwhile, the 4 friends go in search of Iris to reset her to factory settings. The companion, meanwhile, is trying to calculate the moves, as she needs to get home to take her belongings and money. Iris realizes that in blood-covered clothes, she's unlikely to catch a car. To go on foot is also reckless, because then the guy will meet her at the door with a gun. The companion suddenly remembers that Josh's phone is used to control his car besides her. Iris realizes that she needs to sneak back to the house and get the car. The companion is walking through the woods when she suddenly hears a noise and hides. Ellie talks to his partner, and the latter says that he guessed he was a robot a long time ago. The pair confess their love for each other, but then notifications arrive on the phone stolen by Iris. Ellie begins to slowly approach the source of the sound, drawing her weapon. Iris rushes from her place and manages to avoid being shot. Ellie and his partner chase after their companion in pursuit. Ellie jumps on Iris, and they roll down a small cliff together. Ellie climbs on the companion with a gun, but she manages to disarm her opponent. Iris manages to escape, but her boyfriend starts to follow her. The companion climbs into the car, snapping Josh's fingers in the process. Iris fails to start the car, as it only responds to her boyfriend's voice. In the settings, the companion manages to change his voice enough to sound like Josh. The car starts and drives home on autopilot. Josh manages to run a theft protocol, after which the car stops and automatically locks all the doors. Afterwards, the guy calls Iris and tries to convince her to come back. Josh wants to blame the tragedy on Patrick, so that he can then live happily ever after with his companion. However, Iris refuses, saying that their relationship is unlikely to work out after what happened. Josh realizes that he can't do anything without the help of another robot. However, Patrick doesn't respond to commands, as he is only attached to Ellie. Josh reboots the robot and orders it to find his companion and take the phone. Meanwhile, Iris gets out of the car and sees a policeman approaching her. Using the settings, the companion changes his language to German. The policeman notices a knife in the car and decides to arrest Iris. He doesn't notice that Patrick is slowly approaching them on the road. The robot neutralizes the policeman and then, with the help of the phone, disables Iris. Patrick also takes Josh's friend's life when she's about to run away. At dinner, the guy turns on Iris again. When his companion humiliates him, Josh lowers her intelligence to 0 and then forces her to hold her hand over a fire. The guy then takes a call from the robot company, whose representatives are due to arrive in half an hour. Josh orders his companion to shoot himself. Iris says no, but can't undo the action. The company workers are going to pick up the companion and tell her that she has an information vault in her stomach area. At the lab, it will definitely be extracted and tested to rule out the possibility of fraud. Josh is shocked, but is told that this condition was written into the user agreement. Sid and Teddy are sure that the guy changed the code himself, and therefore he will be severely punished. After that, the employees get into the car and are about to leave. Patrick blocks the car, and Sid suddenly realizes that it is also their robot. Patrick then takes the employee's life with a gunshot. Teddy manages to get out of the car, after which he rushes into the woods. Meanwhile, Iris's reboot comes to an end. Teddy tries to escape, but Patrick catches him and wants to strangle him. Iris reminds Patrick of his love for Ellie, whereupon he disables himself with an electric shock. Teddy helps the companion and gives her complete self-rule. However, Iris still can't take a guy's life because she loves him. Josh takes advantage of this and attacks the companion. The guy then sits on Iris and points a gun at her stomach to erase all memories of what happened and escape. The companion manages to take Josh out with an electric corkscrew. Iris takes the money and leaves. On the way, she sees another companion and waves to her with an iron hand. This is the end of the film. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film, and see you in new videos.